Changing gears now, Rock Valley College has 28 national titles in their rich athletic history. And as we begin to wrap up the year of 2023, the Golden Eagles enshrined 4 members of that history into the RVC Hall of Fame Friday night. Starting out with Darren Monroe, current athletic director and softball coach, one of the athletic department's most renowned coaches, as he's collected 8 straight national championships from 2014 to 2022. He has many awards, but most recently was inducted into the NJCAA Softball Coaches Hall of Fame earlier this year. The other inductees include Morgan Adolph, who was the NJCAA's first 2-time National Pitcher of the Year, Tierra McGowan, who led the 2016-17 Golden Eagles to a national championship in basketball, and last but certainly not least, Abby Sackmaster led the RVC volleyball team to a D3 title in 2012. All 4 inductees were honored tonight at Prairie Street Brewery.
This is such a special thing, and to be able to be inducted with Coach Monroe, that is something that is very special to me.
To think of, just the history of what this program has done during my time here, I'm blessed.
It's where it's all started. Rock Valley, they believed in me. They gave me the opportunity and, set me at a higher standard so I can play at the collegiate level.
Very, very family atmosphere there, and all of us work together, and we just because the kids didn't play, like in my program, they were basketball players or softball, whatever they played, they were still my kids.